Today, we are pulling back the curtain on the science of vitamins, those tiny yet incredibly powerful compounds that are basically running the show inside our bodies. We're going to break down what they are, how they work, and get into why just eating them is really only half the battle.
I mean, just stop and think about this for a second. Right now, as you're listening, trillions of reactions are firing off inside you. That is more complex than all the world's supercomputers combined. It's this mind-bogglingly intricate system, and it all runs on a very specific set of microscopic keys. So, what's conducting this incredible orchestra? It's not just the calories we eat for fuel. The real secret sauce, the actual spark plugs for this entire engine, are vitamins. And if you want to understand your health, you've got to understand them. So here's our game plan. We'll start by meeting the two different teams of vitamins. Then we'll zoom in on each one, the fat-soluble and the water-soluble groups. After that, we'll get into the fascinating puzzle of absorption and wrap it all up with a really important takeaway about our own biology.
All right, first up, we have to get this core concept down. See, not all vitamins are created equal. Not at all. They're actually split into two very distinct families, and this one simple difference changes absolutely everything about how your body uses them.
So, what exactly is a vitamin anyway? Well, it's an essential organic compound. The key words there are essential, which means your body can't make it, you have to get it from your diet, and catalyst. Vitamins don't give you energy themselves, they're the ones that unlock the energy from your food.
And hey, don't just take my word for it. The World Health Organization puts it this way. Vitamins are at the heart of hundreds of critical jobs in the body. We're talking immune function, energy production, blood clotting, pretty much the whole shebang.
You know, science has pinpointed 13 vitamins that are essential for us humans to function. Just 13. And these 13 get split into our two teams based on a really simple property, whether they dissolve in fat or in water. Now, this chart really lays out the difference perfectly. Take a look at the fat-soluble vitamins on the left. Your body stores these guys in your liver and fat tissue. They stick around. But on the right, the water-soluble vitamins are a totally different story. Your body uses what it needs, and then the rest, it gets flushed right out. This one difference has massive implications for how often you need them and the danger of taking too much.
So let's meet the first team, the fat-soluble vitamins. The way I like to think about them is like your body's own power banks. They can be charged up and stored away, ready to go when you need them. These are vitamins A, D, E, and K. Vitamin A is the guardian of our vision and a key player in our immune system. But here's the thing, to actually absorb it properly, you need to eat it with some fat. Then there's vitamin D, the famous sunshine vitamin. But it's not just about getting sun. Here's a cool fact. Your body can't actually activate vitamin D without enough magnesium. It's a perfect example of how all these nutrients work together.
And then we have vitamin K. It's like a traffic cop for calcium, directing it to your bones, and it's also crucial for blood clotting. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. Some of our vitamin K is actually made by the good bacteria in our gut. So what happens if you take antibiotics for a long time? Well, it can actually throw your levels out of whack. It just goes to show how delicate that internal ecosystem really is.
Now, check this out. Vitamins don't work in isolation. They're a team. Vitamin E is this amazing antioxidant that protects our cells from damage. But after it does its job, after it takes a hit for the team, it becomes inactive. And that's where vitamin C, a water-soluble vitamin, comes swooping in. It literally recharges vitamin E, getting it back in the fight. It's synergy in action, right at the cellular level.
But remember how these vitamins get stored? Well, there's a catch. As the National Institutes of Health warns, you can absolutely have too much of a good thing. With these guys, taking too much over a long period can lead to toxicity. This is a classic case where more is definitely not better. Balance is everything.
Okay, let's switch gears to our second team, the water-soluble vitamins. If the first team was a power bank, this team is like plugging directly into the wall. You need a constant, daily supply because your body doesn't keep a stockpile. This group includes all the B vitamins and vitamin C.
The B vitamins are the absolute engines of energy production, but getting them into your system can be tricky. For instance, vitamin B12 needs a special protein escort in your stomach called intrinsic factor to get absorbed at all. And then there's vitamin C, so important for building collagen, but it's super delicate. Heat, even just storing your produce for too long can destroy it. Kind of makes you appreciate fresh food, right?
And all of this brings us to a really critical and often overlooked idea. Just because you eat a nutrient doesn't mean your body can use it.
This is the absorption puzzle, and this is where nutrition gets really fascinating.
So how do we solve this puzzle? Well, it's all about food pairings. Having some vitamin C, like from an orange, with your plant-based iron from spinach, that helps you absorb way more iron. We already talked about eating fat with your salad to absorb vitamins A and K. But it works in reverse, too. That cup of tea you're having with your meal, the compounds in it can actually block the absorption of that very same iron and some B vitamins. It's not just what you eat, but how you eat it.
So, what happens when this whole system breaks down and we don't get enough? Well, deficiency symptoms can be really subtle and easy to ignore. Things like fatigue, dry skin, or bruising easily could all be your body sending up a flare, signaling it's missing something. This table just shows how tied these nutrients are to our everyday sense of well-being.
So what's the big takeaway from all this? It's that we have to respect our biology. Real nutrition isn't just about what's on your plate. It's about what your body can actually absorb and put to use. It's a dynamic, deeply interconnected system.
The National Institutes of Health sums this up perfectly. Optimal health is a two-part equation. You need adequate intake and effective absorption. You just can't have one without the other. This is really the central principle of modern nutrition science.
Ultimately, health isn't built on mega doses or extreme diets. It's built by consistency, by balance, and by a genuine respect for the elegant biological system we're all running. The real question isn't just what we're eating, but are we giving our bodies the right tools and the right combinations to do their incredible job?